Hey everybody, welcome back to the Race 5 Smokehouse and Grill, and this is volume 2 of Plays Well with Food. The song we're doing today is not subtle. It is dirty, heavy, and straight from the bottom. We're making crab cakes inspired by Clutch's song, Hot Bottom Feeder. Let's go! The Plays Well with Food series is all about cooking recipes inspired by songs, not necessarily just copying lyrics, but copying the vibe that goes along with the song. And Hot Bottom Feeder is all about raw appetite, grit, and something pulled straight out of the bottom of the sea. And this song actually makes crab cakes the obvious choice. This song actually inspired me to do this. And in my opinion, nothing goes better than cooking, than listening to some great music. So we're gonna get right into this recipe, and if you listen to the song at all, you're gonna know the exact steps on how to make this, but I'm gonna show you how. We're gonna start off by getting some parsley finely chopped up. We're not gonna use all of this, but you wanna get a decent amount because we're gonna be adding it into the crab cake mix, and we're gonna garnish with a little bit at the end. So just get this chopped up. Once this is all chopped, go ahead, get it into the bowl. We're gonna be saving this for a little bit here. Off to the side. Now it's time to prep our crab meat. I am using canned crab, and I know in the song he mentions don't use crab and only from the Chesapeake, but hey, I'm in Chicago. When I looked up getting some Chesapeake crab meat, you're talking it's hundreds of dollars for 2 pounds. I can't do that, not gonna do it. I'm using this, much more affordable. He does mention don't use lump. I've used lump, it's been good, but he likes back fin and special better, so we're gonna do special today. We have that, supposedly it helps stay together better. Lump's gonna fall apart. I've made some good lump crab cakes in the past. If all you have is lump, go ahead and use it. We're gonna get these out of the cans and we're gonna sift through it to pull out any potential shells that are left on. So let's get these open and into a bowl so we can sort it. A lot of times when this is processed, again, there may be some shells that get through here. So we wanna go through this, kind of use your hands to piece through it, because the worst thing is when you're biting into these, if you get a shell stuck in your gum or something, so we don't want that. Just use your hands and feel for anything. If you feel anything, throw it out. Nice and picked through. There were no shells that I found in this. Maybe we'll find some later, but went through it as best I could. Now it's time to put all of this together so we could form our crab cakes and keep this process rolling. When you're cooking a lot of things on stovetop like this, all of your time is spent in the preparation mode, which is what we're doing now. So let's get this put together. Gonna use 2 tablespoons of mayo in here, plus some on the table there. 2 tablespoons of powdered mustard. We're gonna kind of rough eye this one. About 1, 2. Going with a cup of Italian style breadcrumbs, 2 eggs, and then some of our chopped parsley. We're also gonna add some seasoning in here, some Old Bay, kind of a tablespoon or so. Now let's mix this all together. And once you get this all mixed through, we're gonna start forming it. So let me clean this up. I'm gonna go grab my biscuit cutter and we're gonna start forming these into the crab cakes. We have our bowl of crab cake mix ready to go. We have a tray here with some parchment paper because once we get done packing these are gonna go into the fridge to set up a little bit. So we're gonna pack this up and this is gonna be the size of our crab cakes. And it's very easy. You grab a handful and we're just gonna pack it in there. There's a crab cake. And we're gonna do this with the rest of these too. And there you have it. We have 7 almost identically sized crab cakes. These things are looking and smelling amazing. I cannot wait to cook these, but now it's time for patience. We're gonna go put these in the refrigerator, let these set up, that egg and the breadcrumbs and the mayo. It's really gonna bind this together. So we wanna go let that rest, half hour, hour. And actually at this point, if you wanna throw them in the freezer after that little bit of rest, it's a perfect time to go ahead and get these frozen so you could freeze them and store them for a few months, which is probably what I'm gonna do with a few of these. So let's go get this in the refrigerator, and then I'm gonna come back and make a quick remoulade sauce to go with this. So let's go get this in the fridge and build that sauce. Time to move on to the remoulade. This is not going to be the star of the show. This is only going to enhance that crab cake. We want that crab cake to be the star of the show, but if you want something to dip it in or to plate it up with, this is going to be perfect to go with it. We're going to start with about half a cup of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. I wedged up half a lemon here. We are going to use some lemon later, but we're going to put about 1 to 2 teaspoons of lemon juice in here. So that's about the juice of 1 to 2 lemon wedges here. About a half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Some of that parsley. Now we're really going to add some extra flavor in here. We're going to chop up about a tablespoon of pickles. And about a teaspoon of capers. This is just going to add brightness and some acidity to this. So we're just going to chop this all up together. Into the bowl. And then a dash, about a half a teaspoon of paprika. Give it a good mix. Get a quick taste here. Perfect. Tangy tartar sauce, essentially. That is beautiful. So we're gonna get this into the fridge too, let these flavors marry. Got about another 20 minutes, half hour before we pull the crab cakes out to cook them. So we'll be back when it's time to start cooking these things. Let's go. It's been about 45 minutes since we put these crab cakes into the refrigerator with that sauce. These are nice and set up. You can easily pick them up and they feel good, because those breadcrumbs and the mayo and all that binder, the eggs, have really made them stick together. That's pretty key. Speaking of sticking together, one of the things that really impresses me about Clutch is they have been around for over 30 years. 30 years, and it's the same 4 guys the whole time. That's amazing. They just keep producing good, solid rock and roll, and obviously good, solid recipes like this. We've got our pan on medium-high heat here. We have a high heat cooking oil in here. We're using the Graza Frizzle. It's time to start cooking these. That's the bottom line. Start flat side down. And we're gonna go about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. At this point, we're not gonna be flipping often. We're just putting them down once, letting it cook kind of halfway till there's a nice crust on the bottom, flipping it and letting it meet all the way up at the top. Then we're gonna pull it. We're gonna let this cook and we'll be back when it's time to flip them over and finish the cook. These have been cooking for about 3-4 minutes. Let's give them a flip. Let's take a look. I did forget to mention I was gonna add a pat of butter in here when I flip it each time. Let's flip these over and take a look. Oh yeah, that's a good, nice looking crust there. Look at that. Gonna throw another pat of butter for this side, and I'm gonna move these kind of around to get that cooked through. I'm gonna put a lid on these, help these cook through. These are a little bit thicker. Wanna let that steam get in here, let it cook thoroughly. We want to get this up to about 160, 165. Make sure it is safe to eat. So we'll be back when it's time to pull these off and dig into them. I cannot wait. I'm telling you, it smells amazing. We're about 8-9 minutes worth of cooking time in. I want to check the internal temp. I think these may be done. We're at about 162. I'm going to call it, pull them off. There's going to be a little bit of residual cooking. I'm okay with this right here. Let's get these plated up because you're going to want to serve these up hot like this. Don't forget to garnish with that little bit extra parsley on here. Give some pop of color on there. A couple lemon wedges. Just gonna hit these with a little lemon here. And try it. Oh yeah, got that great crust, cooked through on the inside. Oh my goodness. You don't need the sauce, but let's take a try with it. But you do not need it. Just a little bit of that tartness from the capers and the lemon juice. Oh my goodness, home run. Thanks for checking out the video. That was crab cakes inspired by Clutch, the song Hot Bottom Feeder. If you have a song that you think deserves to be on a plate, drop it in the comments below and I'll cook it up. I appreciate you checking it out. Check me out on social media and we will be talking to you soon. Take care, everybody. Peace.